Welcome to this round one Winfield Cup match between Balmain and Manly Warringah from Leichhardt Oval in Sydney.
Benny Elias starts the first of many long walks down the tunnel here at Leichhardt as this Balmain side will try and produce the goods in 1990. Moss is at fullback, Chalmers, Brasher, Grant, O'Brien, Phillips and Freeman are the halves. The forwards Elias, Maguire, Sirinen, Edmed, Ben Elias the captain, and Steve Roach. Here the being urged on. They are trying to make it 3 years in a row grand final appearances in the Winfield Cup. At home they always enjoy terrific support, the Tigers. Different today.
For Manly, a new coach, a new captain, and plenty of new faces in the side to try to raise the memory of 1989. Stokes is the fullback, Townsend, Hasler in the centre today, O'Connor, Iro, Lyons and Tooby the halves, and the forwards Ryan, Dumpton, Jones into the second row, Hosking, Cochran and Bella. You can hear the boos as Manly, arguably one of the most unpopular teams in Sydney, outside of the Manly area, of course, make their entrance on the Leichhardt Oval.
Referee today, Mr. Eddie Ward. Balmain and Manly to do battle. Round one. The chant goes up for the Tigers. O'Connor kicks off. The ball doesn't travel too far, just down from Maguire. Billy Anderson, there is a very strong breeze at the back of the Tigers.
There sure is, Graham. They won the toss, elected to come with it, but it's ripping through here at Leichhardt Oval.
Penalty straight away. Glenn Ryan wasn't off the man. And there are some new faces in the Manly side making their first grade appearance for Manly. Frank Stokes, Tony Iro, Matt Dunford, David Hosking and Martin Bella. While Balmain make a mistake right from the start, they don't find touch. Stokes takes it straight across the field. He's wrapped up by Phillips. Tuvey, littlest man on the field, and talking about new faces. Tommy Hafey, nice to have you with us sideline to kick off this Winfield Cup.
Yeah, great to be here, Brian. Looking forward to a big game.
Great to see him with us. Again, we welcome you in Melbourne. As the Balmain forwards just charge in now. Bella, he was cut out and the ball was put down. Friendly push and shove from Steve Roach. Freeman, Phillips, Brasher back for Freeman. John Elias. They are without two of their stars in fullback Gary Jack and their normal skipper Wayne Pearce. What a responsibility for Roach. Edmed. Grant is in possession. Freeman. Maguire standing wide. Last tackle against the Tigers. Back it comes for Phillips. Elias. Just in behind the backs. It's travelling towards touch. It'll find it about 2 or 3 metres away.
Yes, a very neat little kick on the State Bank replay to put Manly under pressure early on.
Scrum went back for Manly. Tuvey just monstered by John Elias. Ryan. Big tackle coming in from Edmed. Bella. He and Roach, the confrontation there today will be a good one. Bill, that's where you think the game might be decided.
Well, no doubt in my mind, Graham. I think that the key for Balmain, for Manly, is they've got some very classy backs, but I'm just not sure that they can win ground in the forwards to give them any space, and that's where the game will be won and lost.
Moss manages to stand and unload. And back it comes for Chalmers. Roach.
Forward.
Sheridan stepped out of one and drags another 3 defenders with him. Long pass across from Maguire. Just outside the Manly quarter line. Phillips. Elias. Off the knees of Lyons. Moss was luckily back there in time for it. There was a collision between 2 Manly players and Peter Phillips. O'Brien. So plenty of possession in the early stages for the Tigers. Edmed. Sheridan. What a difficult proposition to hold him when he comes from deep. Roach. John Elias heavily involved in the first 5 minutes. Freeman. Elias again slips into the 5-8 roll. One more kick in behind the back line, off the post, try! Benny Elias placed it perfectly. They got a little bit of luck, but Grant's there to finish it off.
Yes, a marvellous early strike by the Balmain Tigers. This beautiful little grubber kick by Elias is rebounded off Lyons' hand. Then it rebounded off the post, and Grant, travelling at some speed, was able to pick it up a yard from the line and carry over. There's the kick, the rebound off Lyons, then off the post. So Stokes was wrong-footed totally, and Grant was there on the spot to score a very smart try. Good one from Balmain.
The first try of 1990 for James Grant. He picked up 10 last season. And Tim Brasher will have this from right next to the uprights. What a start for the Tigers. Well, he scrapes it in off the upright. They lead 6-0 over Manly.
O'Connor with the restart for Manly. Element of luck going Balmain's way, but they'll accept that. They have the early break just outside their own quarter. Here's Maguire. Now it's back for the big man, big blocker Roach. 10 metres from halfway. Elias taking advantage of this very, very strong breeze, sends Stokes back to his own line. Has Townsend with him. Now Townsend. Held by Edmed. Bella. Roach is there to greet him. You'll see plenty of that today. Maguire to assist. Now Hosking. New buy for Manly from South Sydney.
Well, he could have been penalised for that play. The ball, he wasn't facing straight on.
Tuvey, some space to move back inside for O'Connor. Nice work, nice step from O'Connor. He's got support from Hasler. Hasler's away. He's got support from Lyons. Lyons juggles. Back inside. Hasler can't take it. Balmain will come up with it. Oh, a very near thing for the Tigers then. They were in desperate trouble. Manly from one end of the field to the other. Just couldn't finish it off. So the Tigers now close to their own line, trying to settle things down a little. Maguire brings it out. Beautiful footwork from O'Connor in that move, and nice backing up from the Manly side. Here's Sheridan. Gives the big don't argue to the little fella Tuvey. They've used up 5 tackles now, Balmain. Elias running on the 5th. And the pass from Roach has gone over the touchline.
Yes, Benny Elias, I thought, would kick here, but he elected to pass, got it to Roach. Roach trying to do quick hands, threw it straight over the sideline. Just a bit of misadventure there for Balmain.
Now Manly just outside the Balmain quarter. Dunford will play it. Away goes Jones. Cochrane is the dummy half looking for his runner. It's come to Lyons. Now for Tuvey. Some space for Tuvey. Straight through the little man. And passes straight away there to Freeman for Balmain. Must have been a good call from Freeman.
Yes, Tuvey here was in the clear and looked as though he was going to get a perfect pass away to Stokes, but of course Freeman was there to intercept.
Elias, let's get out of here. Again, using the breeze and sending Lyons back inside his own quarter. James Grant in pursuit. Iro. Caught nicely by Phillips. Now Townsend. Here's O'Connor. Caught by Benny Elias. Bella.
He's going to get tired of motoring forward through this Balmain pack. I hope there's some other forwards can give him a bit of a hand. There's nobody else on the Manly side at the moment looking as though they're prepared to go forward through the Balmain pack, with Roach and Surinan and Maguire there standing there like predators waiting.
Well, Stokes with a quick tap to get things underway again. Got support from Ryan, who's gone without it, so the Tigers come up with possession again.
Well, that was crazy, firstly from Balmain, who had turned their backs on the penalty, and then from Manly to cough it up straight away. Grant, good footwork from him. Brasher. This match really opening up. 6-0 to the Tigers. Edmed. Elias throws the dummy. One of many he will certainly throw in 1990. It's his trademark. Maguire. Just short of his own halfway. Freeman. The kick. And chase for himself. It bounces nicely for him. Absolutely perfect. What a try from Freeman. Out of nothing. And they have really stretched the lead here. There was space and Freeman was gone.
Superb bit of play here by Freeman, the Kiwi fullback. He runs to the Manly defence, a little kick over the top. Michael O'Connor was the man. He put the kick over the top of Iro, the big winger, didn't seem to make much impression on him, and he wrong-footed Stokes. Well, of course he would there because he had a massive amount of room on the outside and the inside. But here he is again, Freeman. The little kick over the top. The beautiful little bounce that he gets. It's an end-over-end bounce. It pops up for him. He doesn't have to reach too far. Comes inside Stokes. Iro's much too late, and a grand try. So this is a bit of an embarrassment for Manly. I know they're running into a strong wind, and they'll have probably the benefit of it in the second half. But the way Balmain are going, they're going to get a reasonable points tally after a very short space of time.
What a great try from Gary Freeman. Brasher. Successful with his first attempt, but he only dragged that in off the upright from a similar position. No mistake. The Tigers to a great lead, 12-0.
Now the Tigers again. Moss. Caught by Lyons, and Ryan almost got away. In fact, able to offload for Phillips. Metres away, the Tigers. Already with a comfortable lead as Maguire goes blindside, crawls on his knees to make a couple of extra metres. Now he's inside the quarter. Here comes Edmed, the big man, getting plenty of pace up and gets to within 8 metres of the line. Tigers looking very strong. Pressure now for the Manly side. Elias again shaping to pass, electing to get the one-hander though away from Moss. And Moss has lost the football. Dunford picks it up for Manly. O'Connor is a dummy half. Bella, blindside. Already the Tigers lead 12-0. Cochrane lost the football and lost it forward.
Well, Manly can argue the point about the size and the running into a very strong wind, but they've got to control the football. They have not gone past 4 tackles on any occasion they've handled the ball.
And still in plenty of trouble now too, as the scrum is fed by Balmain. Goes with the feed. Brasher across field. A bad pass. Kicked ahead by O'Connor. And O'Connor's come up with it again. Jones. Tuvey. And a penalty to Manly. Now, Balmain turned their back on a penalty before, which enabled Stokes to take a tap. This time he's going to kick for touch. Cochrane with the restart. Here comes Bella. Straight into Edmed.
He's making good ground every time he travels forward, this fella. I'm very impressed with Bella's performance today.
Jones got to the quarter line. Tuvey. Lions run around with Tuvey. Defence up very quickly on him, though. Dunford. Now Hosking slipped a one-hander away. The penalty has gone Manly's way.
Yes, tackle without the football. Elias had him, the pass was coming out there to Cochrane, and you can see he's well and truly wrapped up before the ball came to him. So Ward, the referee, had no hesitation in awarding the penalty. Michael O'Connor will take it. It should be a relatively simple kick. It's almost directly in front inside the quarter. But, Ian, I'm looking for, and I'm watching very closely, Dunford and Jones, the two second rowers in the Manly side, to see how they stand up to this game. They're both playing their first competition games selected as in first grade, and I think they're probably a little bit overwrought at the moment.
O'Connor now from right in front. No problem for him. Manly are on the board. Balmain lead 12-2. Sloppy play from Manly. Lyons shapes the kick. Hasler's there. It's on the last. Gets it back to Lyons. Now he kicks. Chases on for O'Connor. Brasher will win that one easy. But O'Connor takes him right on the quarter line. Tommy Hafey, who have been the ones that have impressed you most so far?
Well, naturally, I'm always impressed with Benny Elias. He's always been one of my favourites. And Michael O'Connor, I thought the opposition has been great as well.
So O'Connor will be the man to look for, especially in the second half. The dummy from Elias. Freeman. Long pass out was waited for Chalmers. It stood up for him nicely. They've got the scrums 4-1, the Tigers. They're down on the penalties 4-3. Edmed. Last tackle. Look for Elias. He has it now. Back in for Freeman. Quickly from Roach to Moss. It's the last tackle. And Grant will unload for Freeman. They've kept it alive pretty well. Stokes won't get away from Freeman, who chased his own kick.
Gee, Stokes, as Billy Anderson pointed out, has had a torrid time since he's taken the field at the start of this game. They've really given him plenty of work to do. Now Manly, they're 10 points behind, running into this very strong breeze, and now having to, both sides, of course, having to contend. Oh, that's a big hit. Big hit from Stiranen. Both sides having to contend with this rain. It's been making things a little slippery. 5 tackles gone for Manly. Cochrane turns Moss around. Back to his own quarter. Being chased by Townsend. Townsend finally got him with the aid of Tuvey. Maguire. Somehow got that pass away to Grant. Here's Freeman again. Now Phillips. Brasher. Back for Phillips. John Elias. Hasler takes him. Stiranen down the blind side, charging ahead. He is like a train, a steam train when he gets going. Now Ben Elias down for Stokes again, and Stokes doesn't have any work to do this time. The ball takes a horrific turn to the left and over the touchline.
Well, if they sat down in water at the moment, they'd rust. It's really going absolutely superbly for Balmain. Everything they're trying is coming off. Manly look in desperate straits at the moment. But roll on half-time.
So Tuvey to work this scrum. 10 metres away from the Manly line. Tuvey caught by Freeman. Townsend. Now Ryan, caught by Benny Elias. Well, the Manly side have missed 9 tackles so far, just 3 misses to the Tigers at this stage. Right on the Manly quarter. Lions. That's for O'Connor, and then quick hands for the big giant winger Iro. Those big legs start working. Got away to Hasler, back for Lions. Good stuff from Manly. Lions looks for some support now, trying to link up. He's wrong-footed the defence, but finally Gordon got the pass back for Hasler. Hasler round pirouetting like a ballerina. Got it back for Dunford. Dunford going strongly. Found support too from Hasler. Oh, what a great try. A marvellous try to Manly. Superb backing up and passing.
You'll be lucky to see a better one in 1990.
That was just superb work from Manly.
Just watch it from its inception. It's a beautiful try. Lions, that long cut-out pass out to O'Connor. Barely touched his hands. Out to Iro. Iro surprised me a little bit. He's been put down rather easily today, but Hasler was there. Got the pass to Lions. Now Lions starts to look for support here, and I thought he erred. I thought he should have kept going. Easy to sit up here, but he did a little bit of a dummy around. Got it out there to Hasler again. Hasler goes up, cross, and then fires it out to Dunford, the young second row, who's started to come good in the last few minutes. The pass went behind Iro and straight into Hasler's hands. Now that is a superb try. I don't know how many men handle it, but Hasler was in it 3 times as I recollect.
That was a superb effort. Now O'Connor, 9 metres in from touch. Flagged away. They're on the board as far as tries are concerned, though. So it's now Balmain 12 and Manly 6.
Moss. Phillips to John Elias. Roach. Good ball back for Elias. It might have looked good. There was nobody there expecting it. Edmed. Elias will kick now. This one looks as though it'll sit up nicely for Stokes. This time he beats Freeman. And under 2 more. Not much room to move in for him, but he did it well. Townsend. Manly looking as though they are gaining in confidence. Jones took on Roach. Inside Balmain territory. Tuvey. Lions. The kick for O'Connor, who was interfered with. Maguire was the man in question.
We'll see that again. Lions a little pop over the top. It was a move there with O'Connor, worked in conjunction with O'Connor, and you saw Maguire put the shoulder into O'Connor. The penalty comes to Manly. It's about 30 so metres out from the line, and I think he's going to have a kick for goal.
So this is a difficult kick right into the breeze.
Yes, he's going to have to belt this because the breeze, it might look pretty ordinary to you viewers at home, but there's really a gale been blowing here this afternoon. I don't know that it's quite as fresh as it was a while ago, but it's still a very strong wind.
One from 2 for O'Connor. He struck it nicely. Couldn't bring it around into the breeze. It goes dead. Score remains 12-6 in favour of Balmain.
Elias with the restart. Down for Hasler inside his own quarter. Elias playing in the unaccustomed role of centre today, Bill Anderson. How do you think he's gone?
Well, Des Hasler, yes, he is playing in the centres for Manly, and I think he's doing an admirable job, but I still believe Manly are missing his defence on the edge of the rucks, and that's where Balmain are launching their attacks.
And they've had the ball stolen. Hosking had to take it out of his arms, so the Tigers turn this around quickly. Brasher caught by Hasler.
Hands off.
But the Tigers on the attack on the Manly quarter. Benny Elias, no one to pass to, forced to go on his own. Now he's flicked it back for Phillips. Out for Grant. John Elias. Now Benny Elias, a dummy half. He may well be tempted to go for a field goal in this position. Not this time. Roach. Elias there again, right in front. But again, electing to give it away this time to Sirinen. Now Maguire. Maguire crawling. Maguire getting so close to the line. 5 tackles gone. Elias looking for it. Didn't go his way. Brasher has it. And that'll be a turnover. Manly right on their own line. Townsend. Now Cochrane. Lyons for Bella. Roach and Maguire there to take him. Penalty will go Manly's way. Against Maguire.
Yes, Farley to let the tackle player get to his feet. The ruling there. Stokes with one of the drop punts. He's not found touch.
Taken nicely by O'Brien. Just managed to keep his feet in the field of play as he took that football. So, problem's not over for Manly yet. Edmed. The Balmain side camped just outside the Manly quarter. Penalty's gone Manly's way this time. Incorrectly playing the ball.
Yes, Edmed the culprit. See it again. There he gets to his feet, doesn't get properly to his feet. He's still got one knee on the ground and then pushes the ball underneath. So that's a bad blue because it's very fundamental, the correct playing of the football.
4 straight penalties to Manly. Here's Tuvey. Now Bella back for Tuvey. And then Lyons. There was no little doubt in the Balmain side's heads as to what was going on then. Now Jones.
Both these young second rows have gained in confidence, Jones and Dunford. They've both done very well in the last 20 minutes or so of this game.
Here's Lyons for Hasler. Inside for O'Connor. Iro's there. Tuvey. Dunford. One-handed pass for Jones. Now Iro again. Propping the big man straight ahead. Caught high by Sirinen. Forced back. Last tackle signal against Manly. Lyons down in back play for the Manly side as Tuvey gets his kick in. O'Brien has knocked it over the touchline. Now Hasler is pointing at O'Brien, saying that it came off him. Referee conferring with the touch judge.
Well, let's watch it again. I think yes, it came quite definitely off O'Brien, no question about that. So the put-in will be to Manly. Now Freeman and Tuvey just having a bit of a push and pull there.
Time almost run out in this first half. It's gone with the scrum feed. A flick pass from O'Connor to Lyons. Stokes picked up the bouncing ball. They'll need to do something real quick now, Manly. Lyons takes the tackle. Might not have time to play it. Siren sounds, and that is half-time. Referee Eddie Ward blows time. So at half-time, the Balmain Tigers lead.
And down it falls for Lyons, who hands it back to the tall man, Tony Iro. he play the ball. 6 more tackles as it was kicked through. They should be looking to kick on early tackles. Hosking. Their kicking game will certainly be a key, the Sea Eagles. Jones. Although they've made good ground out towards halfway. Bella. He takes the advantage line even further. Good passage from Manly. Now Cochrane. Kicking crossfield in behind Chalmers. Bounces into the in goal. Now Chalmers has got 2 behind him. Great chasing. He gets into the field of play. Dragged back. A correct decision, the penalty.
Well, the ball evaded the sideline, went into the in-goal area. Chalmers picked it up. He's tackled by Tooby. Now, at this point, he appears to pull him back into the in-goal area. So, with Ryan's assistance, and that's a penalty to Balmain.
Good chasing from Manly, though. Roach. That tells you something about the tactics of this second half, Bill.
It certainly does, Graham. Graham Lowe at half-time spoke about ball control and then kicking and chasing, and that was exactly what we saw in a good set of 6 from Manly. Warren Ryan thought his team gave a fairly undisciplined performance. He thinks to win this game, they're going to need to muster every sinew they possibly can.
He knows they might be leading, but they're up against this breeze. Elias keeps it low. It is getting very, very dark here at Leichhardt Oval. Bella. Dunford. Turning into a miserable afternoon. Little knock on. That'll be crucial.
Unnecessary, this sort of football. Stokes was throwing a terrible pass, and he had to take a little bit of defensive strategy there and took his eye off the football. But they don't need to play that sort of football in this in their own quarter. They should be getting the ball downfield in this strong breeze.
John Elias breaks from the scrum with the ball. Moss. 10 metres away, the Tigers. Chalmers. The supporters set up a chant for them. Sirenen. Freeman looking for his second. Smothered by Iro. Moss. Really did waste a tackle in there. Quick play the ball. They won't need it. They'll get the penalty. Big decision for Benny Elias whether to kick for goal or go for touch. He has a chat to Roach. He checks with Brasher. They're going to go for goal. % success story for Timmy Brasher in round 1 so far. Normally Elias wouldn't have hesitated on a call like this for goal, but this breeze has been difficult for kickers. Brasher's earlier attempts were close to the posts. That's why Benny Elias probably hesitated. 12-6 Balmain over Manly.
The storm clouds gather at Leichhardt, some electrical storm activity around the place too. It's quite an eerie look in Leichhardt Oval as the Tigers bring it back to the halfway mark. Elias. And here is the penalty to Manly. Elias creeping another metre or two forward. Stokes looks for touch, doesn't gain a lot of ground, finds touch just inside the halfway. Hosking straight into Edmed. Sirenen's there to lend the hand. Bella Very impressive performance from this big man today. Look at him, taking a power stopping. Touched in the play the ball. Tackle count restarts. Cochrane inside the quarter now. Here is a golden opportunity for Manly. Tuvey from dummy half. Cochrane across field, got it to Jones. 11 metres away now, the Manly side. Dunford gets to within 6 metres of the line. Back for Tuvey. Now for Lyons. Stokes. Stokes into the gap. Found Hasler. And has he got it down, O'Connor? Yes, they're appealing for a try. And the referee says that is a fair try. Michael O'Connor pulled that ball in after looking like he'd lost it.
Calling the magician after that. He really had a juggling job to do. The State Bank replay shows it just exactly the way it came. Here's Stokes, the fullback, chiming in. Gets it to Hasler. Hasler, quick hand straight out to O'Connor. It fell down around his hip, and he had to really grab for it and get it down very successfully in the end goal area. Now watch it again. You'll see there is right on his left hand hip, the left side of his body, able to get it under control. And we've had a mighty clap of thunder here, but that won't stop the State Bank replay because we're going to see it from low level now with Lyons slipping the pass nicely to Stokes, the fullback, who ran very well, gave the pass to Hasler. Hasler to O'Connor, the magic job that he did, and then finally gets the football down.
The conversion attempt of his own try, just a few metres in from touch. Looking pretty good, but swung just wide. So he can't have the extras. But we really have a ball game on our hands now. 12-10, the Tigers clinging to this lead.
Really gained in velocity. Just
There's
incredible.
those big black clouds, Rex, that are hanging over Leichhardt Oval now. You mentioned the clap of thunder. There's lightning. And it really is turning into quite a storm. Iro brings the football back. Both sides desperate for a first up win. Back for Stokes. Moss has to go back to his quarter to pick it up. I guess, Tommy Hayfield, that conditions like this are nothing new to you.
Nothing new, no, that's true. But we keep on saying it's a winter's game and the players have got to play under all of them, don't they?
Nice umbrella, Tom. The Tigers, 32 out from their own line. Sirinen charges ahead. Freeman, now Maguire. Maguire almost got through. The pass has gone astray to Freeman, picked up by Ryan for Manly. 10 metres inside the Balmain half. Right back. An altercation in the play the ball. Elias and Ryan come to blows, but the Tigers have it. And Phillips got a one-handed pass back for Brasher. He succumbs to the tackle right on the halfway mark. Now Sirinen. Beat one. Elias gets in there to dummy half. Got it away for Roach. It was very, very close to being a forward pass. Now John Elias. 32 metres away, the Tigers. Here's Edmed. Straight up the middle. They've used up 5. Elias wants a field goal. He has it now. Now he's going to bomb. Manly come up with possession through Michael O'Connor.
That ball actually came back towards him, didn't it?
Despite the conditions, both sides opening up the Winfield Cup with a fine game. Iro down the line. Jones, the floodlights are on here at Leichhardt Oval. Bella looking for another strong run. He's going to produce it nearly every time he's touched the football. Tooby, Lyons, dummy. He ends up on halfway on the last tackle now for Manly. Stokes, charge down. 6 more tackles for Manly. Well, the lights have now even disappeared on us. You would have seen that just occur. Power problems here on a terrible afternoon. Lyons, short ball up for Bella. Just the 2 points in this big clash between Balmain and Manly. Dunford. Hosking. Up the middle is space for him. Bad defence from Balmain. Now that will get Manly started forward. Lions. Away well for Iro. Back in field for O'Connor, who went without it. Tooby did well to recover. There's a dust-up in back play. Maguire and Iro. O'Connor puts up a kick. Knocked down and knocked on by Ryan. Touch judge in. It will be Lyons and Maguire. I didn't see the incident other than Lyons was the man that unloaded.
Well, this is what we're seeing. The belt down on the face there by Lyons, but probably the kick up with the leg was instrumental in a portion of that. Maguire and Lyons both being spoken to by Ward. Benny Elias telling Maguire to stand up straight and listen to the referee.
There's a change out on the field, Billy Anderson.
Steve Edmed comes off and Kevin Hardwick, a noted worker in 48, replaces him.
You could say they're looking for a defender up the middle, Bill.
That's what they're going to need. Graham, I had all sorts of worries that Manly wouldn't be able to win yardage on Balmain, but Martin Bell has taken them on with a lot of support from these Manly youngsters, and they've done the job.
Well, now we have lights again. He's called on a big effort now. Moss. Sirenen. All their big men are starting to dig deep. Roach again. Maguire. Unloads back for Roach. He couldn't do anything with it. On a short blindside, it's Phillips. And Manly were well and truly inside the 5. Now Elias hesitated to go for goal a short time ago. What's he going to do this time? He's still asking questions.
Maybe they'd like some cards.
Well, he took it back for a quick tap. Hardwick. John Elias. They want to try the Tigers. 5 metres away. Sirenen. Great defence. Elias, the dummy. They didn't take it. We could certainly do with some of the sunshine from Perth today. As Phillips looks for John Elias. They've got an overlap. He didn't unload. Last tackle. Manly only have to hang on for 1 more. Roach was in front of the kicker. Roach was well and truly offside. Well, I was going to say the penalty should have come anyway. Roach went past Elias when the kick went up.
Yes, patently offside, Roach. The ball didn't touch his hands. It was touched by Tooby, who lost it and then was forced by Iro.
Pick it up for you, Ian.
Okay, get back to you shortly as the lightning really flashes around Leichhardt Oval. White is on, Jones is off in the Manly side. Right on the Manly quarter. Hailstones starting to fall at Leichhardt. Is there anything else that can happen here? Phillips going around the outside of the ruck. He's fall down 15 metres short. The hailstones fall down at Leichhardt. John Elias gets to within 10 metres of the line. You can possibly hear the hailstones falling on the roof as Benny Elias throws the dummy. You can see the hailstones falling. Someone will get concussion out there.
I've never seen it before.
The Tigers with Roach putting a little kick in the end goal. Picked up by Iro. Did he get in the field of play? Yes, he did. Look at those hailstones falling. Goodness me. Stokes got under one. Stokes into the clear up to the corner line.
Certain to be called out here, I think, for an attempted stiff arm that missed.
In between those, they're not golf balls, they're hailstones you can see there. Everyone's ducked for cover. Tommy Havey's gone for cover. Bill Anderson's gone for cover. They've called for the crash helmets. There's the tunnel area of Leichhardt. Everybody's seeking some relief there. And meantime, this game proceeds with Balmain clinging to that 2-point lead over Manly. Now the Manly side come up with another penalty.
Bella's had a truly monumental game for Manly in their slight comeback. They're only 2 points adrift from Balmain, and he is one of the reasons responsible for that. He's been making ground through the Balmain pack on every occasion he's run.
Mayor, I honestly think that Eddie Ward might have even asked Benny Elias
I'm sure he did.
about, you guys want to continue in these conditions.
Yes.
I'm sure he did.
Well, they've elected to stay on, obviously. This is not Manchester or anywhere in the north of England. This is Leichhardt.
Oh, my God.
This rain is just pelting down. Have you ever seen anything like this? I saw an NFL game played in the fog that was like this. You couldn't see one end of the field from the other. Now that's found touch, I think. Even the law has come under cover.
Well, we just want to just say one thing, Ian, that Eddie Ward has the responsibility here that he can stop the game and see if this storm will pass and restart.
Well, this scrum is about 12 metres away from the Balmain line. Gone with the feed. Unbelievable conditions at Leichhardt Oval. And full marks to the guys who are operating the cameras and the cables out there on the ground. And the audio operators who are running the sideline. All I can say is I'm glad it's you and not me. And Bill Anderson and Tommy Havey, they're heroes too. They're still there. They're not going to give it away. Now, I think that's Elias running away with it. Manly come up with possession. There they are. Look at them. Trojans. You'll get medals, boys. Lions. Back for O'Connor. Now Lions. Iro. I'm sure that any handling errors you see will be forgiven by everybody except maybe the coaches. Cochran. Slipped it back. Dunford. 14 handling errors to the Manly side, just 9 to the Tigers. Now Bella. Iro has switched back to fullback in the Manly side. Stokes has gone out to the wing. Jones can't get any further. Cochran. Can you imagine, fellas, it was only a week or so ago we were sweltering in the pre-season heat.
Quite unbelievable now as Manly put one in behind the defensive line. Freeman got across very, very well. And I mentioned that, there's a knock-on from Balmain. Yeah, and this will be a very important scrum to go down. Tommy Havey, I know this is our first day in Melbourne live down there. They must be having a little chuckle to themselves about all this.
Well, I suppose it's, as we keep on saying, this is football, but the weather's been fantastic down in Melbourne, and they would be laughing.
Oh, thank you. Iro Manly, desperate for a try now. The wind has subsided somewhat with the hail and the rain, but even that is at the backs of the Sea Eagles. Hasler goes sideways for about 10 or 12. Turvey. Stokes away quickly for Bella and Lyons. The kick out wide. Fred Connor will win the race. What quick thinking. Super try. Oh, Cliff Lyons take a bow. That was magic. He had about a second to think about it. And also on the same thought page was O'Connor.
It's almost as if there was mental telepathy here. Toomey switches the ball out to the left-hand side as it comes through the hands of Stokes and Bella. Now watch Lyons, he just quickly kicks straight away, and O'Connor, who was onside, wins the ball, wins the race to the ball in the in-goal area. That is an astonishing try. O'Connor and Lyons must be able to read each other's minds. Just look at this rain coming down and the hail. We've had the lot here. The only thing we haven't had is snow, but that'll probably come later. But there's the try that was scored. Magnificent try to Manly in the what I hoped was the dying stages of the game, but I look at the clock and see there's still 17 minutes to go.
O'Connor will kick for goal, but having a look at that head on, I really would start to doubt about the grounding of this football.
It's on the board.
Oh, it's recorded. It's right. Gone.
Let's not worry about it.
O'Connor from way out near touch. You want to talk about difficult kicks in these conditions. Manly have clawed their way, 14 to 12. There it is again, head on, and see if this was grounded. I doubt that it was. Has played well. Brasher. Just how do you get out of here?
Not easy. Almost impossible in these conditions, I would say.
Great hit from White. Hardwick. Ploughing ahead into the wind and into the rain. Elias, knock on. That was the sixth tackle. A handover. Well, that's the penalty Balmain have been searching for. Lyons didn't need to do it.
No, that's the act of a very hot-headed footballer that needs calming down, and he should be calmed down by his coach after the match and told if that happens again, he won't be selected in first grade.
They had the advantage of the football, but now Balmain get another 6. Freeman. Big Martin Bella says, where are you going?
Great tackle.
Sirenen over the shoulder, went back. Roach did well to show a sidestep in these conditions. And we've got to wait until September and October for the Kangaroo Tour. The conditions have come early for some of those. Bella, he's got it for Manly as we go inside the last 5.
Well, you don't usually see front row forwards covering like that to pick up a kick over. He did very well.
Well, Ryan has knocked it on, arguing the point. So Freeman will get the scrum feed. That's just inside the players' tunnel. That shows you just how heavy that rain has been, and still is. Now here's a penalty to Balmain. So the penalty's starting to go the Tigers' way, and this has enabled them to get down to this area of the field.
Well, that was a moment of panic. One of the Manly players knocked the ball deliberately out of a Balmain player's hand, and that is ridiculous.
I think that kick has gone backwards a metre or two. That ball would be so heavy at the moment. Now Chalmers. Maguire's gone without it. Manly come up with possession.
And Ian, this is where Manly should wrap it up by kicking pretty early. Well inside the last 5 minutes now. If they get 30 or 40 metres, Balmain will be lucky to get out of their own half.
Hasler. Just a little scamper from dummy half. Got to the halfway mark. Now Bella. up 5 tackles, so they're waiting till the 6th before they're going to kick. And Lions can't even do that because he's put the football down. And the Tigers come up with it. He's on the 6th tackle, so it's a turnover in any case. Maguire on the first tackle gets up to within a metre or two of the halfway mark. John Elias. Now Brasher. John Elias again. It's Balmain that have to do the work. They're behind. Roach takes it about 8 metres inside the Manly half. Elias. Over Iro's head. It's pulling up in the in goal. Pressure now for Iro. Did well to bring it back. But there's been a penalty to Balmain. It'll be on after Elias kicked.
Yeah, Benny Elias was run into by John Jones then, rather stupidly. They are panicking. If they lose the game, it'll be their own fault because they've done everything in the second half to win it. And just the stupid penalties like knocking the ball out of Elias' hand before the last kick. And that occasion there when the shoulder was put into Elias. Just ridiculous.
Roach, 4 metres away from the Manly line. Last throw of the dice for the Tigers. Freeman. Back for Benny Elias. The little kick ahead's come off a Manly player. It was off Tooby. Balmain can't pick it up. They do now. 14-12. 2 points the difference. Tackle count restarts for the Tigers. Right on their own quarter. Phillips.
Yeah, he's given them 6 more tackles. I don't know if that ball was played at.
Well, that's the way he's ruled. Benny Elias. A minute and a half to go. Roach got it back for Freeman. Numbers out to the left as Maguire swings it that way. Out it comes to James Grant. A little kick in the in goal. Dive for it. Who's got it? No try.
Well, here it is. This is a little rubber kick put through. The race for it in the in-goal area. Iro and Townsend dive for it has taken over the dead ball line.
That may well have been the last throw of the dice for the Tigers. Referee Ward signalling time off as they're slow bringing this football back inside the last 60 seconds. So Balmain is not going to have many tackles to do something with the football.
They shouldn't have had to have this situation before. They just should have kicked. They shouldn't have been down here.
Now here's Brasher. Got past Ryan. Still going. Lost the football though. Manly come up with it. Surely that will be the ball game. Manly only have to hang on to this now and use up the 6 tackles, and time will bring it into the game. Cullum getting to his feet very slowly. Ryan takes the tackle. Siren's gone. That's it. It's all over. And Manly, first up winners, as the crowd enjoyed this unbelievable game of football played in atrocious conditions. Manly have come out winners, 14-12.
Hasler, a try. O'Connor, a couple of tries. O'Connor, a goal for the Balmain side, and their 12 points came from Grant and Freeman, and Brasher 2 goals. 14 points to 12. We'll be back after the break with the man of the match.
Well, you certainly had to have some wet track form to get home today, and our State Bank man of the match certainly had that. Martin Vella right up the middle. What about those conditions? Have you ever played or seen anything like that before?
It was very strange. The hail was quite big and it came down very hard. And then when the rain started, it was very difficult. The ball was greasy and it was very hard to lock it up.
Important try in the first half that got you back just 6 points away, and then the breeze in the second half with you guys.
Yeah, we were lucky to get it. I think we squandered a couple of other chances, with loose hands, and then when that try came up through good work by the boys, it sort of gave us a bit of a kick ahead because when you're playing against a win like that, you always take what you can get and thank the Lord.
Yeah, well, everybody would have been we've been talking quietly about Manly. Now there's a bit of pressure on you for such a win.
We'll just take it week by week.
All right, well done. $1,000 from the State Bank straight into a Stake 1 account. Well played, Martin.
Thanks very much, Graham. Thank you, and thanks to the State Bank.
As you can imagine, there's plenty of smiles in the Manly dressing room, none bigger than Graham Lowe's. That was a good win.
Well, it was a great one, Ian. It's good for the club, good for the boys, and I certainly will sleep better for a couple of days anyway.
A lot of pressure on you, wasn't there, really?
Yeah, well, you know, when you come from the outside and, you know, there's a lot of written about what you've been involved in, and you haven't got any brownie points in the local patch. People do tend to just wait and see what's going to happen, but I tried to block that pressure out. You know, the younger players on the side were under more pressure than I was.
Well, Manly showed some character out there today. Tommy Haper, I think you and Bill did too, sidelining through all that hailstorm.
Well, it's a bit of unusual sitting there in the rain as it was. But when you look at Balmain scoring, 2 tries in the first 12 minutes or so, and then the other side to come back the way they did, terrific commitment, I think.
Were you impressed by the hitting? You kept on mentioning the way they're hitting in the forwards.
Yes, well, the big players do a lot of hitting, but I'm also impressed with little Turvey, like there's nothing of him, and also Des Hasler and Benny Elias and Freeman. There's nothing of them, but when they tackle, they stay tackled. And probably that's one thing that we could learn in the Australian rules, that we've got to improve in our tackling area.
Well, thanks for joining us. We look forward to you joining us again, especially State of Origin in May.
I'm really looking forward to it. I've enjoyed the game, and I think it's a real winner, and I'm certain that a lot of Victorian people and the Western Australian people would have enjoyed the game.
All right. Okay. Thanks, Tom.